Oogie Boogie Bash, tips and tricks.
Mr. Cheesy Pop.
Hey everyone, it's Max. I've been getting so many questions about Oogie Boogie Bash since I went on opening night to this new Halloween party at Disney California Adventure. So I thought, why don't I make one big video answering a lot of those questions so that you guys can have the best Halloween party ever. In case you don't know what Oogie Boogie Bash is, it is the brand new Halloween party at Disney California Adventure. It replaces the one that was at Disneyland. And this party is so good. If you haven't seen my video from the party, you can go check that out. It'll take you through the entire night and give you kind of an idea how to plan your night, because I think my planning strategy really worked well. This party is so unique and unlike any other Disney Halloween party they've ever done. It's filled with interactive treat trails, this really cool Villains Grove, which takes you into this like mystical forest. It's got a new world of color, the parade, rare character meet and greets. It's a great time, but you gotta kind of plan it wisely and prioritize what's most important to you. Planning your night will differ based on what is most important to you. If there's a certain character that you really want to meet, put that at the top of your list and make sure you do that early. If a parade spot is important to you, make sure that you get there earlier. So it really just kind of depends. But for the most part, I felt like the lines moved, the night flowed, and it just had a real good fun like feel to it. Let me get to your questions. Little Lauren D asks, was it worth $100? I think yes. Now money is obviously, this is totally subjective, and you know, what's worth 100 to someone is not worth 100 to another person, but I think that it really was worth the money if you maximized your time the way I did. And if you saw how I did it, I went to a couple treat trails first, I met a character, I got a spot for the parade, World of Color, Villains Grove, more treat trails, characters, close the night. It really worked out for me. But I also run at max speed, not run. I walk really fast all the time. So. Next question from lovely Lizzie MD. Hey Max, I know the event starts at 6. If we get there at 3, will we still get our wristbands? Another question, if you're already in DCA the day you have Bash tickets, do you have to exit and re-enter? From Erin Rochelle. If you are in DCA, yeah, you should go out, re-enter, because when you enter the park for the Bash, they will scan your ticket, which is a separate admission ticket, and then you will go in a little queue where you will get a wristband, and you will also get your treat bag for the night, which will eventually get filled with lots of candy. And yes, you can enter the park at 3 p.m., so if you want to enjoy DCA for some extra time, you can do that. The party doesn't start till 6, but you can enter early. Courtster214, good question. What's a treat trail? Well, a treat trail is where you go and get candy. Now, in the other Halloween parties that they've had, you would go and you wait in line and you go through these treat trails, and the cast members, these amazing cast members, fill your bag with candy. This time at Oogie Boogie Bash, that happens, but there are 5 treat trails that are interactive with characters, and these are so good. It really makes the treat trail like a whole experience. The Oogie Boogie one was amazing. That was in the animation building. There's a Mad Hatter one. There's a Dr. Facilier one. There is an Evil Queen one, and there's a Maleficent one, and they're all so good. Now, you don't get to like, it's not a character meet and greet. They are like up on a stage, just doing their thing. As you go through and get your bag filled with goodies, they are up there doing their thing, and they will interact with people as you walk by them. And I thought it was so good. It's such a great use of the treat trail. It made it so much more interactive and fun instead of just walking in a line and getting your bag filled with candy. So I loved it so much. And if you want to figure out where all of these treat trails are, it shows it on the map. This is the map, and it's labeled with trick or treating. So you'd look for this symbol. on the map to figure out where those are. There are other treat trails that do not have characters, so you can do those and just get the candy. And I thought, for the most part, these treat trails really moved. Like, they are constantly moving. So, like, cast members would be like, keep it moving, because there's the tendency to obviously all congest around the character that's on the stage. But I thought that people really kept it moving and the lines just kept kind of flowing. So the experience in these treat trails did not take long at all. I would say like 5 minutes or so. You go through, you do your thing. It really was moving, at least when I was there. Eureka Haas asks how long were the lines for characters non-treat trail. These take longer than the treat trail because these are character meet and greets with photo pass, and so you get your picture, you meet the characters, it's awesome. By the way, PhotoPass, that comes with your ticket to Halloween, so you can access all those photos on the Disneyland app, which is great. Kingdom Hearts character had the biggest line when I was there. So Kingdom Hearts character's biggest line when I was there. The villain's line was obviously long. I know some people waited at the beginning of the night for Kingdom Hearts for like an hour. The villains, I didn't wait that long. I went at the very end of the night, and I met 6 villains, because you meet 3 during a meet and greet. They have 3 villains set up, the rare ones. I met them like at 10:30 at night, and I just got lucky and caught like when they switched out the 3 villains for 3 more villains. And so I met 6 villains within the span of like 40-something minutes. It was at the end of the night while the second World of Color was going on, so that was pretty good. Boiling Vinegar asks, what time is the parade and World of Color? Parade, 8:10. You want to be there for when the Headless Horseman strolls on down on his horse, so at 8, and then 9 and 10:45 for World of Color. Marie Mariscal asks, how early should I go to get a spot for the parade? I went at around 7:15, 30. I think around there. I think I sat for about a half hour or so. So not too bad. The Pixar girl asks, what's the best spot to see the parade? Same question about World of Color. Allergy-friendly candy. I'm not sure on allergy-friendly candy. I can tell you where I saw the parade, which was right near the Flying Zephyr. It's a great spot. Parade starts over by that side, so that was a great spot. World of Color, I was in the wet zone area, so you do get kind of that mist on your face, and I had a great spot for it. If you saw, I did like a live stream of the show of Villainous from that spot, which was more towards the bridge, but not all the way over to the bridge. And I thought I had a great spot. If you don't want to get wet, though, you can just head behind where I was, and it's amazing, too. Callie Frankie asks, how do I make the reservation seatings for the parade and get a spot? So there is a special reserved parade spot at Wine Country Trattoria. So this gives you a spot for the parade. I didn't do this, but it gives you a reserved viewing area for the parade, 3-course meal, 50 for adults, 40 for kids. You can book it online on the app or call them, or you can do it day of before 6 p.m. So if you get there early, they will have spots, apparently. This is something new, and I didn't do it, so I can't vouch for it. Anyone do it? Mika1986 asks, were there any special treats available? No. So the treats that are the new ones for Halloween, those were the ones that were being sold. So they do have all the special new Halloween treats. There's nothing like special for the event that's being offered. I actually did not eat a thing. Literally, my pumpkin cream cold brew was the only thing I got, and I got that before the event started at like 5:40. I did not eat. It just was one of those nights where I was like, I know I'm not going to have time because I want to do as much as possible. So I had some Halloween candy. I would say if you really want to eat something, a good time might be just grab something and eat while you're waiting for the parade. For me, it was all about maximizing my time there and getting to see as much as I could at the event. Because there was no special food and drink, I was just like, well, I'm going to just go crazy on all of the things and see as much as I can in those 5 hours. because it's not a lot of time, and it goes quick. 17 Just 11 asks, do they let kids wear masks? Yes, they do. Children can, adults cannot. All of the rules about costumes are up on the Disneyland website, so check out the rules there. Tanya Happy asks, do they sell booze during the event? Yup, they do. You can get alcoholic beverages during the event, just like a normal day at California Adventure. Aaliyah2310 asks, what was your favorite part of Oogie Boogie Bash? P.S. I love you. Oh, thanks. Love you too. Favorite part was Villainous Grove. I thought this was so magical. They basically turned Redwood Creek Challenge Trail into this just mystical forest. Like, go check my video, but the lighting that they did for this event, and you gotta go see it at night when it's dark out. Most of the party happens during the evening, but the beginning of the party obviously is still a little sunlight, but man, oh man, this was so cool. They completely transformed Redwood Creek Challenge Trail, and it's a walkthrough, and that's all it is. And it's just a light show, basically, and it is so stunning. Yeah. Captain Bravo Marvel asks, do they restrict the amount of time you can stay in Villains Grove? I know I'll never want to leave. I didn't want to leave either. So this line did take about 30, 40 minutes to do the line and walkthrough. I would say 40 minutes with the line and getting in and doing the complete walkthrough and leaving. Give yourself time. You can't just stay in there. There are cast members to kind of keep you moving, but you can take it at a slow, leisurely pace. Definitely. If that's your thing, just take it slow, soak it all in, because it's so beautiful. The music playing, I can't recommend this highly enough. Give yourself time. But you can't just sit there and watch things. You know, you want to keep moving. And you're going to want to keep moving because there's a lot to see at this event. But give yourself time for this because it's the best. Megan on Main Street asks, how crowded was it compared to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party? If you've been to that, I have been many times to that as well over in Disney World. I felt like the crowds at this, it never felt crowded to me. Because California Adventure is like a big space, wide walkways. It never felt overly crowded to me, ever. Which in Disneyland, the parties did get a little crowded. Even at the Magic Kingdom, it's just, there is so spacious at California Adventure, and the treat trails are located in different spots throughout the park. So it opened up a lot of the park because people were all over the place, meeting characters or treat trails or whatnot. But I really, really, really thought it was not that crowded. Gracie Craft 42 asks, Oogie Boogie Bash or Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party? This is a really hard question. They both are wonderful, and I don't know the answer to this really. I would say that the treat trails are better here because you've got characters in them. The show, obviously, the Hocus Pocus show is the best, and that's my favorite show. But, you know, having a new world of color was exciting, and having the treat trails with the characters was so cool. So they're just really different experiences, and I think that makes it really special that you could have such a different Halloween party experience here than you do at the Disney World one. Like, that's awesome. I think it's so cool that Disney created such a unique experience for here. So I don't know which one's better. I really love both of them. And Pocket Tom YT's question, did you get a lot of compliments on your pumpkin spice costume? I did. I had a lot of people laughing walking by me. They were like, so I appreciate each and every one of you that enjoyed my costume, and each and every one of you that came up to me during the night and said hi. It was so great seeing so many of you cheesy poppers there all night long. I had a great night. I really did. It was such a blast. Again, go check out my video to see how I structured my night and see how much fun I had, because it was a real good night. But guys, have a plan, maximize your time. Be like, what do I want to do first? You know, what's the priority? how do I structure my night? And it really just depends on you and if there's certain characters that you need to meet. But if you look at my video, you could see how I structured my night, and it really, really worked, if I do say so myself. Also, I walk really fast, so keep that in mind. If you have any other questions, do leave them below in the comments. I will try my best to answer more questions about the night. And if you have any advice and you went to the first couple parties, leave them below for people, because I wanted to make this video as a service to you guys and help you have the best night at Oogie Boogie Bash. Right, Jack? Alright guys, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, check out my Patreon page, and have a magical day, everybody. Bye, happy Halloween.